Thank you all for coming. We are going to be doing lightning talks with the cohort members. I think there's 9 of them presenting. This is just a way for them to kind of wrap up what they've done here during the program and over the course of it and talk about things they're excited about. Each person is going to talk for 5 to 8 minutes with 10 to 20 slides, and then the next person will cycle over. So it'll be very fast, very informal, and then after each person gives their thing, there's time for 2 questions to each person. So if you have any questions, make sure you ask them.
So we'll do a quick about me, my art practice, shows and curation, about DART, which is the Dallas Asian American Art Collective and has been quite literally a child of mine, I would say, that has experienced exponential growth due to the investment of Cedars Union. And then we were fortunate enough to get a lot of media and recognition in my year and a half here, and I'm very grateful for all of that, and I'm excited to show y'all what's next. That is a long blurb. So to summarize, I am a multidisciplinary artist. I work in soft sculpture, oils, and I am planning on moving into film next year. I have an amazing cohort and community of creatives, so I don't need to know everything because I will always learn and I will always know someone who knows how to do the thing. So I'm incredibly grateful. A lot of my work blends Korean and Texan mythology. I look at myth-making as a vehicle of power, right? When we think about how this country was founded, where we have that myth of George Washington and the cherry tree and his honesty. That is a myth that we would like this nation to follow and to embody. So in the same way, Texas also has its own set of folklore and mythology, and so does Korea. So what does it look like when we blend the two? And what does it look like as someone that looks like me to be here, who has been told that they are a perpetual foreigner, despite the fact that Asians have been in the US since the 1800s as well. So once again, I am a multidisciplinarian. I am an artist and creative director of the Dallas Asian American Historical Society. I am the founder of the Dallas Asian American Art Collective, and Laylee is actually a board member of our collective as well. And we threw an amazing show thanks to Taylor and CU staff allowing us to be in this space. We received a lot of the visitors that Cedars Union did, and so we had 600 plus visitors to our first ever show that we hosted. And Gari is actually an artist who participated in this show, and she was able to sell her artwork. So for us, so for me, it's not just about me, but it's also about my people and my community and how we are taking place in Dallas and how we are contributing to this exciting art movement that is happening in Dallas with our cohort members here. And finally, I am also an advocate of the arts, especially for people of color, because to be a person of color and to engage in creative work in this country is a radical act. We are choosing and creating our own worlds, and we are making that a reality. So I finally finished these 2 paintings. So everyone's laughing because I literally only worked on these paintings for the first half year that I have been here. And it was tough because my background, I did not go to art school. I always had a passion for art, but my background was in political science and history. I became a management consultant straight out of school. And so all of these things sat with me in a way where I didn't know if I was worthy to even join Cedars Union, and so applying was a really big leap for me. And the fact that not only did I get in, but members of the jury panel told me that I was one of the folks that across the board everyone said yes to. And I was like, holy crap. I feel like I'm on like the top of an iceberg right now, and I don't know how I got up there. And so for me, it's been, I feel like I've thrown my hat across the fence. Now how do I go chase it? So these 2 paintings are based on a myth of Korea and how it was born. So in our mythology, we are born of the bear goddess. So a bear and a tiger yearned to become human. The bear perseveres throughout the trials that the gods gave her, and she becomes a human, and she marries the son of one of the gods and gives birth to the first king of Korea. she also has a tiger friend who does not persevere through the trials and decides to run away instead. And so that tiger, she ran away to Texas. So this was kind of the start of my imaginary universe. I also then leaned into these abstracted Hangul shapes. So Hangul is the Korean alphabet, like English, we're an alphabet, so we have words. So learning that Chinese had cursive really sparked something in me where I was like, can I do that with a blockier language like Korean? Can I abstract it? And my original plan for these shapes was actually to render them in large-scale ceramics, but I don't have the funding for that yet. What I can do is soft sculpture. And as I started creating these pieces, their meaning revealed themselves to me. So these pieces, so for those that are Korean American and can speak Korean, you can tell that it seems like something that is familiar to you, but you'll never quite know what it actually is. And so it's capturing this essence of both loss, but also transformation of diasporic culture across generations. And then finally, in terms of my work, thank you so much, Taylor, for teaching me how to do printmaking. So these are all vignettes of short stories that I'm currently writing, where I'm blending Korean and Texan mythology. So this is the Jackrabbit's Bride. It's a very sad story that made Asandre very sad. And the one up top is called And I Will Go to Texas, with, everyone else can go to hell. And then finally, we have The Stars at Night Are Big and Bright. And so this is my story on why the stars twinkle at night. And for me, there's a 100-eyed beast in the sky, and all of its eyes are shining stars. So whenever it twinkles, that's the 100-eyed beast winking at you. So this kind of really, and this is my most recent series of work, and this kind of brought together what I would love for a short film to look like. And so I'm really excited for the Bodecker to be completely renovated, but I'm also grateful that it isn't yet, because I will be using that space to film some of these parts of my ambitious short film. We had a lot of shows. I had a lot of shows that I participated in and a lot of events. These are just a few of them. I'm really grateful for Cedars Union for giving me a platform that I could then share with Black Arts DFW and the SEMA Art Collective, because through that connection, we were then exposed to a greater network of opportunities. And so for us, sharing our platform with others helps us build these bridges, and we have way more impact as a result of that. I am also an independent curator now. So I am the creative director of the Dallas Asian American Historical Society. Grateful for that. That was the start of my Cedars time. So 2023, we had a large show that interpreted historical documents and turned them into an artistic exhibit. I also curated the after show for the Asian Film Festival of Dallas. I also curated my own birthday party when I turned 30, and so those are my friends over there. And then that party actually happened at Hyphen Studios, which is a creative co-working studio with a small gallery space that I will be curating next year. And Alec, Dakari, and Layli and I are already shown in this space. So for me, I'm so grateful to have this network of artists that I can continually bring in and also be able to amplify while also helping bolstering small businesses in Dallas. And so we have our star, Mario, here, who's also a photographer and co-op member at Cedars. And this is the first show that we as a collective were able to throw. So DART, once again, this is my baby. In our year and a half of existence, we've already thrown 2 very large art markets. We've thrown an art show. We've participated in large Dallas institutional events such as the Dallas Art Book Fair and Zine Fest. And then separately, we hold monthly meetups and also artist workshops. These artist workshops, a lot of it I took straight from Cedars Union because I attended these workshops. How to pitch yourself, how to be able to make legal boundaries. These are all things that I've learned from Cedars Union and I am sharing with my community. I'm big on jamming my foot in the door and leaving it open so more of us can go through because these resources are meant to be shared. And so we've collaborated with many different organizations in Dallas, and without them, we would not be able to be where we are right now. So Cedars Union is number one, right? And Black Arts DFW, FC Dallas, KERA. So we have so many organizations that we are so indebted to. And media and recognition, so this is a combination of my work with the Dallas Asian American Art Collective, but also myself as an artist. I'm very grateful to have been a recipient of one of the 2024 DMA grant awards. I'm very grateful for that. I'm so grateful to then have my clout and brand as Cedars Union with the Asian American Historical Society, with the Asian American Art Collective, because these three things allowed me to be selected as an advisory panel member for the DFW airport. So in this room, I am the youngest person there. There's literally curators and executive directors of Dallas and Fort Worth museums, and then there's me. So once again, I find myself at the top of this iceberg, but for me, I just need to continue to be worthy to be there and continue to stay rooted with local artists so that I can continue to keep my foot in the door so all of us can get these amazing opportunities. This is a multi-million-dollar contract that I am a part of, and so I see all of y'all and I see exactly where y'all could fit in these places. Okay, I'm being rushed, so so this year and a half at Cedars Union, so if I'm a seed and Dallas is the soil, Cedars Union became the grow light and fertilizer, and I'm just beanstalk, the giantest beanstalk you've ever seen. Well, that's what I'm hoping for. So when I started at 2023, I had just founded our Asian American Art Collective. It started with 4 people at a coffee shop. We now have over 30 people showing up every month. We have a digital community of 200 people strong. We started with 5 followers on Instagram, and now we have 1,605. And so every follower is real, and we're so grateful for that. And then 2024, thank you so much, Kat, for writing my recommendation, right? And that was one of the reasons why I feel that I was able to receive this award from the DMA, and also get this recognition to be a part of this airport advisory panel. And for our organization, we were able to get a very small grant that we will use to feed our volunteers for my plan in 2025, which is Ginger Roots, Texas. That is 2 weeks of Asian American arts programming. We are showcasing literary, visual, film. We're doing all of it. We're doing it pop-up style. We're showing the fact that Texas leads the nation in Asian population growth. We're actually home to the 3rd largest population of Asians, and we are artists, and we are worthy, because the Crow Museum exists, and the Asian Film Festival of Dallas exists. So what does it look like when we are involved in the leadership of these institutions as well? And Laylee and I will be studio mates next year as well, so we're grateful to be housed at the Dallas Asian American Historical Society's new build room, studio?
Activation space?
Activation space, that's a good word. And I am manifesting that I will become a future filmmaker. So to conclude, I'm building my art practice. I'm trying to put myself first this time, which will be really exciting and hard. I'm building my community. I'm building our shared bridges, and we're building together the AAPI art movement in Dallas, Texas. Thank you.
What's it feel like to be on the top of a mountain, huh?
Scary, disorienting. I need good shoes, but I think that's what the community is, right? So They're my gear. They keep me grounded. You should never hike in high altitudes by yourself. And like none of it is because of me. Like I started with gratitude for just being able to be in this space. I continue with gratitude, ending with gratitude. And so just knowing that it's not me, if you throw a party and nobody shows up, that's not a party. So the fact that people have shown up and I'm able to connect with them, that's what I'm very grateful for.